Boston is coming in with the mindset of, well, if we're not going to make the playoffs, it's still a win for us if we could stop the Yankees from making the playoffs. It's still a good year.
Yeah, and you know that's
what they're going to hold on to, and they're going to try and play spoiler. And the Yanks got to show up ready to play. They do. And last night, I mean, it was a close game. The Yanks let them back in it. 3-3 game. Gave it up in the ninth. It's, sad but true.
It's sad but true. That's really...
and in the same respect, the Orioles lumped up Tampa Bay. Knocked the kid more out of the game early.
Oh, we're getting a phone call already.
9-2.
All right, somebody wants to talk Yankees with us. All right, you're on with Sports Zone. Who's this?
It's Sarah. How you guys doing?
What up, Sarah F. and Levy? How we doing?
Sarah?
Hey, I real quick, I'm in between patients at work, but I heard you guys were talking about the Yankee game. I literally shed a tear last night. It was so sad.
Now, Sarah, the big thing right now is the whole idea of Boston being able to play spoilers. So let me ask you this real quick, and we'll let you get back to your next patient. Do you think the Boston Red Sox can end their season with a smile on their face if they cost the Yankees the AL East?
Definitely. Definitely. I think that's the only reason they're playing now. Now they're going to start playing well.
Sarah, I completely agree.
They sucked all season, and now they're great.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden they come alive.
Now
I know. Just in time to ruin it for the Yankee fans.
Now, Sarah, are you going to get a chance to go see any of the games before the season ends?
Probably not. I'm all booked up.
Yeah. All right. Well,
work.
Let me get your prediction from you. Yankees play the Red Sox again tonight. Let me get a score prediction from you, just for some fun. I'll have it recorded so we'll be able to see what you go with.
Let's go 5-3 Yankees.
5-3 Yankees. I
it.
actually think that's a good score too. I think that's I like that, Sarah. Very nice.
Thanks.
Now, I believe you still haven't hit that panic button, though, right? You still think the Yankees are going to take the division?
I hit it the other day. I texted Joey. I was like, all right, you were right.
You caved on me, Sarah? Oh. She was holding so strong.
Now
I still haven't hit it.
They're not even going to make the playoffs.
My hand's over the button. It hasn't hit the button yet. My hand will hit the button if we lose tonight, though.
Done.
Well, Sarah, I appreciate you calling in, especially in between patients. Thank you so very much. And obviously, thank you for being in here listening to us as well.
Yeah. Can I shout out my doctor and my nurses real quick?
Of course you can. Go for it.
All right. Dr. Steinfeld, Renee, Helen, Laura, Andy, and Joan, our receptionist. Just want to say hi and thanks for all the hard work.
All right. Well, shout out to the doctors and the receptionists and everybody that works with Sarah F. and Levy. We're going to have to add F and something to the end of their name too, Sarah. So we'll figure that one out. But thank you very much for calling, Sarah. Have a good one.
Thanks, Sarah.
You too. Take care, guys.
Bye. All right, well, that was Sarah F. and Levy, and she obviously agrees with us. And I honestly think, every Yankee fan out there is going to agree.
She's not necessarily wrong for hitting the panic button either. I mean, we're back into a tie. We are 2 games up on the Rays for, as far as wild card spots go. So I'm not necessarily too worried about the wild card, but I am worried about winning the division. I do not want to be one of those 2 wild cards. I don't want to put my season on the line.
Eric's getting choked up just thinking about it, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm with Sarah. Last night's loss almost made me shed a tear. I was playing cards, and all of a sudden I'm hearing cheers, and I'm like, no, say it isn't so. By the time I turned around, the run was crossing the plate. I was very, very
close play
upset.
at the plate, though. It was. I mean, obviously, as a Yankee fan, he still scored, so it doesn't really matter.
Not close enough.
Yeah, exactly, but... This is, ladies and gentlemen, to give you a little visual representation. This would be the panic button. This would be Eric's hand. It's hovering. It's hovering.
Right there.
And based on what happens tonight, it can either move a little farther away or it's going to go boom. I wish the damn bell still worked. That thing, there you go. You guys get the point. So, when you look at this, you had the 2, I mean, in my opinion, you're watching 2 teams take 2 completely different paths right now. You're watching an Orioles team that seems to be playing its best baseball of the year right now, while the Yankees, since the All-Star break, are like 6 or 7 games under 500, and injuries are stacking up. They're not playing that well. I think CC Sabathia came back too soon from the elbow thing because He's not pitching the way you expect him to pitch. And on top of it all, you're playing division games the rest of the way through, specifically against teams that have no playoff hopes or chances at all. And so what are they going to rest their hat on? What are they going to make important to them for the rest of the year? But let's ruin the Yankees. I mean, I'm sorry. You know, Toronto and Boston care a lot more about ruining the Yankees season than they care about Baltimore.
Especially Boston.
But, I mean, if they had to pick out of the three whose season they're going to ruin, they'd rather ruin the Yankees over Baltimore or Tampa Bay. Let's be serious here. I mean, the Yankees, to me, it's part of the deal. You are going to be one of the biggest names and most famous teams in baseball, but that also means you're going to have the most haters and people that don't like you in baseball as well. That's just part of the deal.
Yankees are the most loved and the most hated. I mean, if you travel across the country, there'll be Yankee fans in every single stadium across the country. But there are also going to be haters in every single city across the country. It's just a fact. You either love them or you hate them. And I don't know anybody who says, yeah, I can give or take. No, if you either love them or you hate them. Like my buddy Fife, he roots for the Braves, and anybody who plays the Yankees. And that's the way I feel like most fans are across the country. I mean, if you're not a Yankee fan, then you think, oh, they're out there buying championships, and they're doing this, and they're doing that. If you're a Yankee fan, you look at it as an investment. You know, the Steinbrenners realized a long time ago, you got to spend money to make money. And even though the Yankees have the highest payroll, nobody makes more money than the Yankees. Nobody's in the postseason as much as the Yankees. And all the jersey sales and all the revenue from the extra ticket sales.
Not even the jersey. How about the hats?
Everything.
I mean, I'm not even a Yankee fan, and I love Yankee hats. They make so much more money
on the playoffs than, any other team.
Yeah.
I mean, the money necessarily doesn't matter because the Yankees make so much of it between their TV station. Like I said, all the revenue from jersey sales, ticket sales, everything worldwide. The Yankees are known. It's, and you love them or you hate them, and Boston hates them, and they're trying to rain on our parade.
Pretty much.
That's what they're trying to do.
So I caught a real quick stat before I was walking out. When I was walking out of the door, the Red Sox are pretty much the team that are going to have the most the biggest input on determining who wins the AL East, who gets a wild card, and who might not make the playoffs at all coming out of the AL East. They play 5 more games against the Yankees, including 2 more games in this series, and then they end the season with a 3-game series against the Yankees.
Yeah.
They still have 6 more games against Baltimore and 6 more games against Tampa Bay, with 20 or less games left in the season. Yeah. So that means they play each one of these teams at least 25% of their remaining games. That's a big chunk when it comes down to how big baseball season really is. That's a big chunk. So,
yeah.
I mean, you're really going to sit here and say, well, Boston, who's going to get you playing the best? And like we've said, it's got to be the Yankees. You know that's who they want to hurt the most. You just know it. And I'm excited to see like the last week of baseball, because Baltimore and Tampa Bay end the season against each other as well. So it could be really, really interesting where you end up with Baltimore and Tampa Bay playing a series against each other, and then could end up having to play a 1-game playoff against each other the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, that 1-game playoff, that's the next day. Like a lot of people don't grasp that. Like, they don't wait for that playoff. That is literally it's like the 163rd game of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people catch on to that, and that's a huge impact, because if they play I'm pretty sure they end the season against each other. I could be wrong. But if they do, could you imagine you play a 3-game series against somebody, and then you got to literally play them again, but this time the winner is done for the year, and the loser's done for the year, and the winner gets to move on and play? Like, I'm sorry, those 3 games, I almost don't know how much I'd even care about them. Like, if you knew that's what you were going to be set up with, you'd be like, dude, I'll throw out my worst players for right now. I don't even care. Like, but then again, home field comes into play. I mean, so much is going to go on over the next 3 weeks in the world of baseball.